Hey everybody, happy Mindful Mondays. Sorry about the voice, it's a little deep. I think I might have left it in Seattle. Came back from the most incredible trip. Thank you all for coming out to meet me in Raleigh, Charlotte, Charleston, Atlanta, and Seattle this past week. I just feel so fulfilled and just so many incredible conversations and so much incredible feedback on Mindful Mondays. Guys, thank you. That was one of the things that everyone we did, people were talking about Mindful Mondays. And when I first started this, I was like, I hope people like that I'm doing this, but the response has been overwhelming. So continuing at it. And today I thought I would talk a little bit about balance. Something that came up when I did the self-care summit this past, oh my gosh, was it yesterday? No, Saturday. I don't even know what day it is. Saturday with Gigi from Capare and Zena from Hum and Kevin Sifley from Nordstrom at the Nordstrom Self-Care Summit in Seattle. Try saying that a lot. Was this conversation about balance, and I thought that it would be completely appropriate to talk in our mindfulness conversations, because when you're fully present and being mindful, you realize that you can't be doing everything at once, all at once, right? And then do it very well. And so that goes into the conversation of balance. How do you do it? And the question I always get is, how are you a mom and a businesswoman and all those things? And the truth is, there is no such thing as true 50-50 balance, at least not for me. God bless if you can. What I say is I prioritize in the moment, right? So there are times that I am 100% focused on work and the task at hand. When I'm at events and I'm with you, I am fully present to you, which means that I am like 0% mom, and don't even talk about like friend, daughter, all the sister. Like, that's just not possible for me because I want to be with you. Now, when I'm home or out to dinner with my family, I am with them. In fact, something that I've been doing is putting my phone down or in my bag, not even out with me, because I want to be fully present for them. And so those moments, I'm 100% them. Now, there are other times when I'm making dinner or maybe getting ready and I'm talking to Emily and my phone's out and I'm multitasking and I'm doing my makeup. You know, you're like kind of 80-20, 50-50, 40-60. I need a calculator for that one. But in a total, it adds to 100, right? And so I like to think about it as in total, it'll all balance out, but you need to prioritize. And I do think when we multitask, and we're all, I think, guilty of doing it, myself included, you're not doing everything well, right? How could you be doing all things all the time and doing them well? And so I think that's something that is very difficult. I think especially for women or moms, it does that, but women in general tend to be caretakers, that's sometimes a struggle. And I just wanted to go on the record, because I get it for all these interviews, is how do you balance it? And the truth is, I'm not balancing it. I am prioritizing my attention to where it needs to be in that moment. And as a result, I think I'm more productive on those items. So it was just something that I really felt that we should have out there in a conversation. And it's really prioritizing what works for you, right? So each person is different. As I always say, you do you and be the best version of yourself. And now if you can do all things at once, more power to you. I have yet to figure it out, but priorities, right? And that's okay. And I think that goes on to another thing that we can delve in and unpack on a whole nother Mindful Monday, is that concept of boundaries and putting boundaries for yourself, for self-preservation, for self-care, on what you're able to do in the time that you need to do it. And how do you manage that? And sometimes it is turning other things off. One of the things we talked about in terms of being mindfulness at work is I shut down my email and I put my phone the other way if I'm working on something so I don't get easily distracted. The same is true in terms of trying to find that work-life balance. I used to bring my cell phone into the gym with me. I now leave it in the car. You know what? There's nothing I need to do. I I need to give myself to have balance in total, like mind-body balance. I need those moments away. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk about it and see what you guys thought. How are you doing it? What do you do to find balance in your life, right? So I think there's a difference between how do you balance it all and finding balance in your life versus the assumption that you're doing everything all at once. I personally think it's impossible. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to think about that. What do you do to create balance in your life? One of the things that I'm doing is really putting the phone in another room when I'm with my family. When I'm in the office, I am in the office. And when I'm in a meeting, I'm putting my computer down. One of the things we actually did for balance, and I do think this is about mindfulness and balance in the workplace, is we had a team meeting and all of us were there and we put our computers down. And we sat and we listened so we could all be present to what each one of us was talking about when they were presenting. Versus at other times, we all have our computers in front of us and up, you see a laptop, you see an email, you might answer it, and you're losing out on what that other person is talking about. And I do think that is part of this whole conversation of mindfulness and balance. So shout out below. Let me know if you're one of those people who can multitask all the time, how you create balance in your life. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Bye, guys.